Welcome back, Rebel. If you're new here, you're about to find out why they call this the Red Pill Rebellion. This is Escape the Medical Matrix, the audiobook by Dr. Vic Naumov. Copyright 2024. All rights reserved. Episode 1. And once you hear what's in this chapter, you won't see the healthcare system the same way again. I'm your narrator for this journey, and this is Dr. Vic Naumov, in his own words. Let's begin. Before we begin, a word from the publisher. Consult a medical doctor or other licensed medical professional if you suffer from any medical conditions. This publication presents only the author's opinions, which are based on his knowledge, experiences, and beliefs. This book and its contents do not cure, prevent, diagnose, or treat any disease or condition. The purpose of this book is educational, research, and entertainment. The information contained within this book is for informational purposes only. The author, the publisher, and everybody involved with the publication, distribution, or sale of this book assume no responsibility. Preface. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You've felt it your entire life. That there's something wrong with the world. You don't know what it is, but it's there, like a splinter in your mind, driving you mad. That's Morpheus, speaking to Neo, from the movie The Matrix. In a sick society, prioritizing your health becomes the ultimate form of rebellion. You must understand, you were born into the medical matrix against your will, an artificial simulation designed to create the illusion of producing health, vitality, and longevity, but in reality creates sickness, suffering, and lifelong dependency on it. It is an integrated system of lies and control, created to be a virus of the mind, implanted in each child, and then continues to grow, replicate, and manifest into adulthood, and continues throughout life. Since 1913, there has been no cure, until now. Under natural law, you were born to be healthy. But within the medical matrix, you were raised to be sick. Health is humanity's natural state. The time is now to reclaim it and escape the medical matrix for good. The power of choice is now yours. This book is written for those who are awake, ready to get off their knees, and prepared to end the virus of the mind that has enslaved them. Get ready to initiate your own Red Pill Rebellion and win. Introduction. Since 1913, we Americans have been living in a simulated medical matrix, deliberately divided into two distinct sects, those with power and those without. Welcome to the rebellion. I don't know the future. I didn't write this book to tell you how this is going to end. I wrote this book to tell you how it was going to begin. Our health, vitality, and longevity are controlled by an artificial simulation that I have termed the medical matrix, whose architect in the United States was House of Rothschild agent John D. Rockefeller Sr., who launched the medical matrix in 1913. Most everything you have been programmed to believe in and trust is nothing but an illusion to keep you trapped in the healthcare and sickness system of control. Our physical, chemical, and mental worlds are primarily run by the Rockefeller Foundation and the World Health Organization, both designed to profit off of your pain and suffering. Fear and ignorance are their two avenues of manipulation. They use media outlets, celebrities, movies, engineered foods, and mind manipulation tactics to keep the people enslaved within a system that doesn't serve them.
In order to regain health,
Vitality and freedom, we must dismantle the medical matrix to prevent the Great Reset. To do this, we must stop being their customers and understand that each of us possesses the innate power to heal from within and need to rediscover how to nurture nature and not offend it. We must raise the human consciousness and cleanse the lower vibrational feelings of fear, shame, and guilt. Collectively, in letting go of our fear, we cannot be controlled, manipulated, or destroyed. We must stand together in our innate truth, understanding, and light. Only then will we escape the control of the Rockefeller Foundation's medical matrix, or fall victim to the global Great Reset. As a result, we will finally be able to get out of Generation Sick and restore freedom, liberty, and self-responsibility, just as our Creator intended. Chapter 1. Welcome to the Rebellion, your red pill offer. This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Morpheus. Speaking to Neo. From the movie The Matrix. Back in 2016, I wrote and published the groundbreaking book Generation Sick. This was my first attempt at pulling back the curtain of the medical matrix created by John D. Rockefeller Sr. I chose the term medical matrix to describe the false reality Rockefeller created back in 1913, when he, along with his crony Abraham Flexner, that is, the Flexner Report, deliberately hijacked and destroyed the naturally based American healthcare system. After its complete destruction and overhaul, the Rockefeller Foundation was created to sustain its dominance, impose its will, and maintain its superiority. The nefarious scheme of the Rockefeller Foundation was to discredit, dismantle, and disassociate humanity from all things natural. The Foundation initiated the Great Reset for all educational and medical institutions in America, which ultimately resulted in future generations not being able to learn, apply, or understand the natural cosmic arrangement between man and his Creator. This false reality facilitated what we now understand is the medical matrix. Since 1913, the Rockefeller Foundation has controlled every aspect of medicine, its educational schools, and the practice of their doctors. To ensure the continued compliance of the American public, the Foundation's propaganda, brainwashing tactics, and indoctrination process have been forced upon each new generation. As a result, the medical matrix scheme has been implanted in the minds of every American man, woman, and child. Subconsciously, people began to follow in blind faith and trust practices whenever they participated in the newly created allopathic Rockefeller medical system. Those who were plugged into the system were indoctrinated to view medical doctors as saviors, never recognizing the fact that the medical matrix was created to enslave them physically, chemically, and mentally, keeping them and their loved ones in a constant cycle of sickness, all the while profiting off of their pain and suffering. The medical matrix has such a deep and profound imprint on the subconscious mind of the American people that within just 2 generations, the Rockefeller psyop was complete, where toxic drugs, radical surgeries, and long-term hospital stays had become the normal and accepted model of healthcare for all Americans. Without question or resistance, by virtue of blind faith, The previous model of healthcare, one that focused on nurturing nature and vitalism, was quickly replaced. As a result, the American people went from being one of the healthiest countries in the world to the sickest. Yet this is not by accident. This is by specific and calculated design,
thus paving the way
for generations sick, which still holds a firm grasp on American society even today. Trust the science. Safe and effective. 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Wear a mask. Stay 6 feet apart. Take the jab so you don't give or spread COVID. Sound familiar?
The year 2020 was a very interesting year, wasn't it?
It launched a version of the medical matrix the world has never seen before. Those who were committed disciples complied and bent the knee without question to their master. The rest questioned everything, believed nothing, and did their own research. Now, the results are in. So who made out better? Those who chose to take the blue pill, the disciples of the medical matrix, or those who chose to take the red pill, the rebellious, pure bloods?
The lesson to be learned
is never trust a system designed to keep you on your knees like a slave and profit off of your pain and suffering. It is important to understand these two factual statements. There is no power without compliance, and freedom isn't free. It requires rebellion.
The world was tested in 2020.
Some passed and others failed, but it was the medical matrix that won. After the COVID-corona pandemic was deliberately launched, the Rockefeller Foundation sprang into action. The psyop of fear, ignorance, and the illusion of power quickly spread, and many chose to comply with their tyrannical tactics. This was done all in the name of public health. Now, removed from the global shutdown event, we can clearly see the aftermath. The Great Reset is upon us.
Some may think this was the first medical matrix attempt
to reset American culture and bring the people to their knees. But it's not. In this book, I will expose the first collective attempt to set forth a great American reset, one that was initiated and slowly implemented without your knowledge back in 1969. A secret medical seminar held back then where selected medical doctors, pediatricians specifically, were invited to participate and lay a new social foundational blueprint for the future. The purpose was to secretly and quietly transform America from within, using pediatricians to serve as a parent's gateway medical doctor, responsible for the children entering the system. The complete details of the secret seminar will be exposed within these pages, giving you the knowledge and understanding of its plot, purpose, and application. My intention for this book is to offer you the red pill, to help you recognize and break free from the medical matrix and reject the Great Reset. In doing so, we can finally regain our health, freedom, and liberty, while helping to once again restore the power to the people where it ultimately belongs. The time to rise, get informed, and take action is now. We all deserve the God-given opportunity to be happy, healthy, and free. That's episode 1 of Escape the Medical Matrix. If this hit you the way it hit me when I wrote it, don't just sit there. Rebellions aren't won by silent viewers. Hit like on this video right now. Drop a comment and tell me, where did you feel the splinter? Share this with someone still plugged into the matrix, someone who needs the red pill too. And if you haven't already, subscribe. Hit that bell and turn on notifications so the second this rebellion drops its next episode, you're the first to know. I'm narrating for Dr. Vic Naumov. This has been Escape the Medical Matrix. Stay awake. Stay free.